fellow Dancing with the Stars peoples. Welcome back to my channel. We are covering Dancing with the Stars Villains Night, aka Halloween episode, because they never gave it a theme any other, year. I feel like I'm quite ready for this episode, but before we get into that, per usual, I'm just going to go over a couple things. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that you can get all of my Dancing with the Stars updates. Hit the notification bell so that you know when they're uploaded. We will be on a set schedule next week, I promise. Follow me on Instagram so that you know when these videos come out, at Actually Rach. I put out all of my info, all of my news, all of my things that are going on. And also, first and foremost, if you hear a little bit of weirdness and a little bit of grumblings in the background, it's some people outside. Don't listen to them. Listen to me. This is what we're here for, right? To start off this evening with Dancing with the Stars Villains Night, I'm going to say one thing and one thing only about Tyra this week, because honestly, she really didn't bug me too much. But every single week, her entrances bug the shit out of me. Like, she comes out like this is a fucking walkway. This is not a walkway. This is Dance with the Stars. This is where we dance. This is not where we model. Okay, I'm done. Judges' costumes. Whoa. Everyone's costumes. This was immaculate. I thoroughly enjoyed what the wardrobe department did for them tonight. Okay, so starting out with our dances, Jeannie and Brandon start off. This is a dance based on Hannibal Lecter, and they did a paso. And honestly, she looked fierce to me. She is so strong and she is so lovely, and every single week she continues to give all of herself. And so I am a Jeannie and Brandon fan. I have been a Jeannie and Brandon fan. I will forever be a Jeannie and Brandon fan. Johnny and Britt are next, and their dance was based off of Dracula, and they did a Viennese waltz. Who's watched my last videos? We all know this is my dance. I'm obsessed. We also all know that my previous critiques on Johnny have not been the best up until last week. Well, his story was powerful. Just how he decided that I am who I am and nobody can tell me anything else, and I'm gonna make something of myself. And his mama helped him, and here he is on Dancing with the Stars with national ice skating championship stuff. Like, this guy, he fought for it, and he has just done it. And honestly, he's also done it with me, because I am such a fan of this dance that he did this evening, or yesterday. It was this evening for me, duh. Honestly, it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. The entire time I was watching it, I was like, oh my God, it is beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Christelle and Gleb are next, and this was based on Maleficent. And they did a paso, and the effects here were awesome. The thorn bush that showed up on the screen behind her, her costume, her makeup, Gleb, like, this was spot on. It was absolutely spot on. And obviously, if you know me, anything Disney, I love it. I love it. I love it. So the only critique I have is that I felt like Gleb was the only one dancing, but the judges seem to think otherwise. They think she's great, and I think she's good, but I don't think she's great. Like, she should be one of the next couple of people leaving, because she definitely doesn't hold up to the other caliber of people that are still left on the show. And I don't know. But the ending, snapping of those necks, girl, it don't matter what I think. It matters what the judges think, and clearly they liked you, so whatever. Monica and Val were next. And she was based off of Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I don't know anything about this. Sorry, don't hate me. But they did a jazz for their type of dance. And before seeing this and watching their package, I was very excited. She's growing on me. She's definitely like Chriselle. She's not up to the caliber of people that are left in the competition, but she's very good. And she's grown, and her and Val have grown as a partnership. So I think that's what's most important. And I really kind of started jumping on their train once that happened. But I thought it was really nice. The judges, they weren't as impressed. I thought she did good. Like leg, like everything. I mean, this is why I'm not a judge, people. I'm just giving you all my thoughts. I mean, whatever. AJ and Cheryl were next, and it was based on Psycho. His persona was Norman Bates, and they did a tango. And they have been talking about throughout the whole week that, like, they don't know if Cheryl's going to dance because she had a fall and she hurt her head, and they showed it on Instagram, and it was just a whole ordeal. But Cheryl was fine. She was well enough to dance. And honestly, like, tangos are kind of boring for me. Like, I don't really find them a very entertaining dance. They look nice, but I'm just, not my favorite. But judges were very impressed by AJ. And, I mean, for what it was, I was impressed too. We all know, if you continue to look back at my other videos, my one to win it all was AJ. Just because when I was going into this season, like, he was my favorite human that was going to be on there. So, it is what it is. But seeing him with all these costumes, with all this hair, and it's like, no hair, hair, no hair, hair. I'm like, okay, AJ, sir, you go ahead there. But he looked good. They did good. I was proud of them. Now, before I get into this next couple, I'm going to give you a little bit of preface. I was not impressed. I was worried for the competition to continue for them. The last 2 weeks, including this one, so this week and last week, I have been literally astounded by this guy. Nelly and Daniela, they were next. His persona was Freddy Krueger, and they did an Argentine tango. Now, Argentine tango and tango are a little different. I think Argentine tango is a little bit more exciting, got a little bit more action. But Nelly really seems to have started to enjoy himself. And ever since he started to enjoy himself during the process, it has shown when he's performing and dancing on the show. And I was absolutely floored by his Freddy Krueger persona and his actual dancing. Like, if you don't watch any of these dances, look up Nelly's dance on Villains Night, and he's Freddy Krueger. He looks like Freddy Krueger, literally looks like him. I would be scared to death if I walked past him on the street. And his dance was literally the best thing. Whoa. He got 3 9s. These people that have been doing well the last several weeks, like, some of them haven't even gotten this. Bless you. Some of them haven't even gotten these scores yet. Like, wow. I was so impressed. Please go look it up. Please go look it up. I might even tag it in the freaking comments, in the description, so that you can just click it. Like, go watch it. It was crazy. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. Justine and Sasha were next. She was Carrie. Now, Carrie is one of the very few scary movies that I've seen. I'm not a scary movie person. I do not like to be scared. I do not like scary movies, even though I just spent this entire last weekend watching all the Scream movies, which was fabulous. But anyway, Carrie is one of the few movies that I have seen in the horror genre. And it's okay. Like, it's been a while since I've seen it. But they did a cha-cha, and honestly, this girl is a freaking star. She's so dang good. Oh my God. And obviously Sasha's so dang good. We all know how I feel about Sasha. It's just, it was so cinematic, and it was so appealing to the eye, even though she was creepy with blood all over her. Like, oh, wow, so good. Neve and Jenna performed a dance that was based upon Black Swan. Now, I personally have never seen Black Swan, but I've heard mixed reviews. But they did a paso, and honestly, this man has won the show. He's won. It's over with. It's done. They all might well go home. He won. He is so ridiculously good, and it literally makes me sick. It makes me sick that I have been sitting here watching him on my TV for years, going finding fucking catfish online, and this man can dance like this. What in the hell. Oh my God. He got the first perfect score of the season. Now you tell me who's gonna win. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm like jumping ship on AJ and Cheryl, but oh my God, oh my God. Skye and Allen were next, and theirs was based on Bride of Chucky, which I've also seen this movie. They did an Argentine tango, and let me just tell you, from her last dance, poor thing, just zoned out, messed up, it was awful. She literally redeemed herself more than anybody that I have seen in a very long time on this show. Like, she was all kinds of messed up last week, and it was so good. She was focused, she was sharp, it was so nice. Their costumes, oh my God, these costumes tonight were insane. But I still stand by my sentiment that I said that he is seriously going to throw this little girl out of the building. Like, all these lifts and twists and turns that they're doing, she probably weighs a whole 85 pounds. And Alan is this grown-ass man that is throwing this little girl around. And she's going to be out in the parking lot. She's going to be out in the parking lot. Caitlin and Artem ended the evening. Caitlin was Cruella de Vil. Again, Disney nerd here. They did a paso. And my thing about this was, if a paso can be cute, it was cute, but it was not my favorite. Like, I don't know what's going on with her. She's really good, man. She's really good. But the thing is I think she started out really good, and now she's kind of here, and everybody else started out here, and they're soaring. You know what I mean? So they're starting to kind of take off, and she's just kind of staying kind of in a plateau. And I don't know what's going on, but she's still just so good. So I'm sure she's going to go a long way, but the judges are really hard on her, and I think that that's because she started out really good. Just jumped in out of the gate, and they were like, oh crap, this girl can dance. And she can dance, but everybody else is also dancing, and they're learning, and they're growing. And so she's got to hit that point to where she soars straight to the top. And I know that she's got it in her. I'm just like the judges. Like, I'm rooting for Caitlin, but it wasn't her best. All right, so we get to the bottom, we get to the end. So our bottom two couples are Monica and Val and Jeannie and Brandon. I was so upset to see Jeannie and Brandon in the bottom. Wow, what a turn of events. But at the end, per usual, the judges will see who they want to save out of these bottom two. So first, Bruno saves Jeannie and Brandon. Then Derek, off the wall, saves Monica and Val, which, whatever. But then Carrie Ann comes in and she saves Jeannie and Brandon. So Monica and Val are out of the competition this week. I hate to see Val go, but it was her time to go. She was good, she was growing, but again, the caliber of dancing and dancers this season is so freaking high that, you know, if you don't start out right out the gate and you don't continue to move, like, you're not going to stay around very long. But anyway, I feel like this was a good decision. Jeannie and Brandon, they got to bring it next week so that they can stay a little longer. But the cutest thing, and I actually saw this right before I started the video, is that Jenna showed on Instagram. She was like, it's a very bittersweet night, but I get my husband back. And she just had him, and she was kissing all over his face, and it was so cute. So we do have to remember that these people are sacrificing a lot for us to have this show. So I'm really grateful for it. But next week, they did announce it is a double elimination. So 2 freaking couples are going to leave. And they also are going to start 2 dances per couple next week. So we're getting down to the wire. I am excited. I'm going to be watching it as all of you do. And then we're going to have a recap right after. So Monday night we will have that. It will be a little later. Obviously the show goes off at 10 p.m. Eastern time, so it'll be right after that. So it should be up sometime before midnight. But anyway, I am excited to continue this Dance with the Stars journey. I can't wait to see who wins. Again, tonight later on, I'm going to give my best ditch effort to make sure that I'm able to watch The Bachelorette and get you all a recap tonight so that you have it either late tonight or first thing in the morning. But again, subscribe to my channel so that you know when these videos come out, so that you can see them on your news feed. Hit the notification bell so you can get my notifications when I do put a video out about this, about Bachelorette, about Big Brother. Tomorrow's the finale. Don't forget about that. And also follow me on Instagram at AshleyRach. That's where all of my news comes out. That's where I post everything that I'm doing, when I'm doing it, what days and what time-ish. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you next week on Monday night for another Dancing with the Stars recap. Hope you all have a good week. Bye.